Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Entheon's channel. We're sitting here again with Tim. We want to dive into some recent news, but first off, Tim, how are you doing in the heat wave?
I'm still holding together. I've not yet dripped into a puddle, so I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, Vancouver's beautiful. At least you guys don't get all the snow we do here, but I guess the downside is you get some pretty bad heat sometimes.
Record-breaking heat. I think we hit temperatures that if you had them, you would go to the hospital.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's impressive. All right, well, I'm glad you still made it. I'm glad you're still in one piece. So let's dive into it. Then your guys' subsidiary, Halogen Life Sciences, you guys announced an agreement with Third Wave. Tell me more about what this agreement brings for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe the halogen test is very important in terms of facilitating a very necessary service within this emerging psychedelic market. That being said, we are in the need for highly visible, highly in the stream partners such as Third Wave to really help us to publicize the availability of these tests and to offer these, the services of the test more broadly. And so Third Wave, as we all know, is a very well-established sort of thought leader within the psychedelic space. And so over the course of the next weeks and months, Third Wave will be helping us to reach their massive audiences. And it's properly incentivized on both sides. Of course, we are benefiting from their coverage and their publicization of us. There are some incentives worked in for them as well. And so we're really eager to, spread the gospel of safety when it comes to psychedelic therapies.
Yeah, it's interesting because these tests have multiple applications. Aside from just retail people and buying them just to figure it out, it's also good for, as you had talked about before, people who potentially offer psychedelic therapies for people. Maybe something like this would play really strongly in for them as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. We, with this growing explosion of interest in psychedelics, for those that are uninitiated, it is a very important consideration to make in terms of that question about whether there are any sort of genetic or potential risk factors that are related to psychedelic usage. So we're already seeing quite a bit of interest from the sort of retail space, but more and more there are other therapeutic organizations that are interested in involving this into their onboarding processes. And so, we're fielding a lot of interest for groups that are looking to incorporate this as being a sort of crucial step that gives some peace of mind, as well as some others uncaptured data that can be used to inform someone's treatment protocol.
Yeah, that's a really good point there too. When it comes to data is king in the modern world. Understanding the different issues that can cause this or that, being able to chart it down, it's just wonderful for psychedelics.
Yeah, data is crucial. There's a high reliance on subjective tellings of symptomology that are reliant on words and the capacity for a person to properly describe what they're going through and to pour over the history, their family history, and their own personal health history to the best of their ability. But even the best of people that can bring all that to mind, sometimes things get lost. So having those additional data points, such as genetic information, we think is super crucial to providing the most informed basis of choosing a therapeutic regimen.
Agreed. And again, getting back to the continuous growth of interest in stuff like this, you're seeing stuff, at least in the United States, you're seeing states passing things, hopefully continuously decriminalizing. Even California was talking about legalizing in small amounts, which was interesting. But places like Texas legalizing psychedelic medical research, which is just key to continuing this progress forward.
Absolutely, yeah. It is one of those instances of all boats floating in a rising tide. And my personal perspective is that I'm in favor of all types of decriminalization and legalization, just principally from the perspective of not wanting to criminalize people's cognitive liberty. We allow for people to make choices that are far more statistically detrimental in terms of substance use, which is statistically and empirically far more dangerous than psychedelic usage. That being said, I do support the notion of having psychedelic usage paired to some type of therapeutic paradigm. And so I think it's really interesting that Texas is moving towards this push to research therapeutic usages of psychedelics, and just borrowing from or looking at the Oregon model, where there is psychedelic usage in place, but that is implicitly paired to some type of therapeutic or sort of supportive offering. It does speak to this evolving understanding that psychedelics are on one side of the spectrum entirely not too harmful, but that there is a need to pair these services to meaningful psychotherapies or integrated practices. So yeah, we are seeing all boats float in this rising tide of interest. And I do think we're starting to coalesce into this understanding that these things in tandem can really create some meaningful benefits to society.
Yep. So psychedelic research is definitely moving in the right direction. You're seeing lawmakers getting on board. I'm glad to see this positive momentum in the psychedelic sphere, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. So, Tim, thank you so much for coming on. Anyone who's interested in Entheon, please check out the website and stay tuned. We'll get some more exciting updates to you as soon as we can. Tim, have a wonderful day.
Always a pleasure.